My name is Cabaniss. I'm 44 years old, and I have a condition called multiple epiphyseal dysplasia. I was born with it. I've had chronic pain basically since I was about 5 or 6 years old. It started in my knees and in different parts of my legs, and eventually I could feel the pain in my hips and then throughout my whole body. So I knew something was up when I was young because my friends weren't feeling this pain and they were able to do whatever they want. And as time went on, my activity started to lessen. It wasn't athletic activities that were bothering me, it was sitting, it was standing, it was just walking. It made it so really it became to the point sometimes where I would just lay in bed. I didn't really have a lot of options in what I could do to help the pain. As I said, it's a rare condition, so I was in a rather rare situation. My doctors didn't really necessarily know what to do. Because I couldn't exercise. I couldn't even really do physical therapy that they would give me because the physical therapy would hurt. Just the stretching and the moving of my legs and arms. I knew I had to move. The worst thing I could do was not move. So I would ride my bike just for movement. That was really all that I could do. I really had no other option except to take it easy. I went on to a second doctor, as a consultant on my condition, and he told me something that in hindsight probably was the worst thing I could have been told, and that was, if it hurts, don't do it. So I stopped doing a lot of things. That really wasn't probably the best thing for me to do, but I had no option. I was afraid I might do further damage to myself because I didn't really understand my condition. In my early 20s, I was told by various surgeons that I was a candidate at that time for hip replacement. I think one doctor told me these hip replacements are really designed for someone who's 65 or 70, not someone who's 23 and wants to have an active life. So, they told me, yes, you have bad hips. You're in a lot of pain. It was a pretty consistent message with a lot of my doctors. I'm sorry, there's nothing that we can really do. When I was 40, it was clear that I was done. I literally couldn't move. I literally was in so much pain every day that it had started to take over my life. And I met a surgeon. He looked at me straight in the eye and he said, "I can fix you. I can do this. We're gonna do this." And I just had a lot of confidence in him that finally someone looked at me and said, "I can fix you." And I just knew when I woke up, I said, wow, I think my life might actually be different now. I'll never forget that feeling of thinking, I've got some work to do, but I think I can do this. Pain is very consuming, and there's nothing worse than losing faith in yourself. When you give up on yourself, there's no one else. I had wonderful physical therapists. I'm still doing the stretches that Joni showed me 4 years later, and I'm working really, really hard to get better and to stay better. And after a few months, I noticed the pain starting to lift a little bit, and I started to realize, wow, I was in a lot of pain for a really long time, and now this pain is going away. This is weird. All of a sudden, I'm not in a lot of pain, and I need to find someone to talk to about this change. For a lot of people, I think it's beneficial to go to a psychologist, a counselor, something when you're in a lot of pain to talk about that. My issue is I'm not in as much pain as I was in, and I'm able to do things. I remember the first time I went for a walk with my wife and daughter. It was a few months after my surgeries. I realized that I was walking with my family, and it was something that I wasn't sure if I'd ever be able to do because of the amount of pain that I was in. But that's when I realized that's what families do. Families go for walks. I have a daughter, a beautiful girl named Posey, and she doesn't at this time show any symptoms of the condition, and I couldn't be more grateful or happy. I've been very fortunate. My wife is a wonderful lady, very patient, and loves me very much. When I'm with her, I'm not in as much pain. I guess that's love, and I was very blessed and fortunate to have that.